Have you ever wondered what happens when an entitled Karen faces off against no-nonsense cops? In this video, you'll witness the dramatic showdown as she learns that her attitude won't get her out of trouble this time. Let's start with this mom. She was arrested for DUI in front of her daughter's school. On November 6, 2023, at around 11:21 a.m., Officer Kira Teixeira from the Ledyard Police Department responded to a call at Ledyard Middle School, 1860 Route 12, regarding a potentially intoxicated driver in the bus lane. The caller reported that the parent, identified as 33-year-old Christina, appeared intoxicated when she dropped off her child. Upon arrival, Officer Teixeira found Christina asleep behind the wheel, with the vehicle running. After waking Christina, Officer Teixeira asked for her driver's license, to which Christina admitted that her license was suspended.
Dude, it's gonna be the RO. So I'm gonna have you
suspended.
Christina exhibited signs of impairment, including glossy, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and disorientation.
You took methadone.
I just took my dose.
She confessed to taking a controlled substance an hour earlier, but denied consuming alcohol.
Have you been drinking anything today?
No.
No alcohol, nothing like that?
No.
Suspecting impairment, Officer Teixeira asked Christina to perform field sobriety tests, observed by Detective Cadro and Lieutenant Muinch.
Now, would you mind performing the field sobriety tests for me? I need to make sure that you're okay to drive.
Yes, I will.
So you'd be willing to do that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna have you take your sunglasses off, okay? And you can just put them right up here for me, okay?
All right.
Christina failed the horizontal gaze nystagmus (HGN) test, and the walk and turn and one-leg stand tests had to be terminated as she nearly fell.
What I do is I want you to put your left foot on the line, right in front of you. Yep. And I want you to place your right foot directly in front of your left foot.
This is going to be impossible for me because of my coordination.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. All right. So I just want you to put your right foot right in front of your left foot. All right. That's okay. That's okay.
Due to her state, the remaining sobriety tests were not performed.
Keep the foot parallel to the ground. So 1001, 1002, 1003. Again, looking at the toe of your foot.
Okay.
Of your raised
Please
foot.
Move your head a little bit.
For what?
I can see your eyes.
So my eyes were looking down at my toes.
Okay.
That's all. The raised foot. That's all. It's the only place it was looking.
Based on the caller's report, Christina's admission, and her failure to perform the sobriety tests, she was arrested for driving under the influence and taken to the Ledyard Police Department.
I'm gonna have you face your car. Okay? Face your car for me. We're gonna roll up your sleeves, okay? You said you take methadone. Is it prescribed for you?
Yes.
It is. Okay. Did you take your prescribed amount?
No.
You did.
There, she refused a breath test, urine test, and a DRE evaluation after being read the implied consent.
I want to try looking at my lawyer's name.
Okay, we can do that. I have a couple things I need to get through quick,
What
and
do
then.
you mean? I don't want to answer any questions.
No, I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you any questions. I just need you to stand up for me, okay? And I just have you face the other way, okay? I don't want you to fall, okay?
Christina was charged with violating Connecticut General Statutes, also known as CGS 14227A, operating under the influence, CGS 14 215 1, operating a motor vehicle with a suspended license, and CGS 53 21, risk of injury to a minor. Christina's mother posted a 10% cash bond for her, and she was released from Ledyard police custody on a $7,500 surety bond. She was given a court date in the New London Superior Court on November 7th, 2023 at 9 a.m. A DCF referral was made at 1:17 p.m. due to her daughter being in the motor vehicle while she was operating it under the influence. It's really sad to see a mom let this happen. Putting her child and others at risk like that, is just heartbreaking. It's a reminder of how important it is to make safe and responsible choices, especially when kids are involved. All right, let's move to this next case where another mom caused chaos on her own.
Preview.
On November 16th, 2023, police responded to an urgent call reporting an assault that occurred in the early morning hours.
She was ripping on my mom's car, and then as soon as my mom walked over there to talk to her, she threw her on the ground and started literally bashing her head.
She threw who on the ground?
Me.
Yeah.
She threw you on the ground?
Yes, and I had to pull Kaylee off of
Well, I went down like...
Upon arriving at the scene, officers encountered the boyfriend and his mother, visibly shaken and recounting the events that transpired when the woman arrived to collect her child's belongings.
Called the PD to have her
I went down on my knee.
6 o'clock this morning.
I went down on my knee.
At
Okay.
6 o'clock this morning.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just shaking because I've never been attacked like that before.
According to their statements, the situation escalated when the woman began banging aggressively on the car, prompting the boyfriend's mother to step out and confront her.
Her own mother wanted her.
And then she kicked my car on the other side. I don't know.
But she had a legal right to be there, so she couldn't get her to.
Eyewitnesses present at the scene described a rapid escalation of tensions, detailing how the confrontation quickly turned physical.
Now, that could have been when she pushed Joy on the ground.
Yeah.
That could have happened then. So, it's hard to articulate, but at the same time.
Allegedly, the woman forcefully threw the boyfriend's mother to the ground and proceeded to physically assault both her and the boyfriend.
I thought you said something else. I'm sorry. No, she had scrapes on her knee. She had a scrape on her knee. And they're filling out statements right now.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, the kids are in school, but I should just go home with them and then let her
Okay. And your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
Despite his attempts to intervene, the altercation intensified, leaving both victims visibly injured and distressed.
They're all too young to give statements anyway.
Law enforcement officers swiftly assessed the chaotic scene, gathering statements from all parties involved and noting the visible injuries sustained by both the boyfriend's mother and the woman.
The assault.
I didn't assault her, officer, I swear.
They are both having the same story of what just happened, okay?
And their story
Okay, but
matches yours.
There's
Slight difference.
a slight difference.
The consistency in the victims' accounts, coupled with the evident physical harm, led officers to make the immediate decision to place the woman under arrest.
Okay.
What do you have in your pocket that you don't want us to see?
It's my
Do you have any?
cigarette.
Hold on. Don't reach in your
Look,
pocket.
It's my cigarette.
Don't reach in your pocket.
Get it.
Okay. Mom.
Well, I can't.
How am
Am
I
I
going to jail? Get my marks on me. I mean,
Yeah.
literally.
Throughout the arrest process, the woman expressed disbelief and repeatedly requested to smoke, visibly distressed by the unfolding events.
This is.
Here, get your food on.
Mom, will you light me a cigarette, please?
They said no.
Please.
We don't have time. Just sit here and smoke, okay?
Okay.
We gotta go.
Despite her protests of innocence, officers proceeded to take her into custody.
So, because they didn't shut it off last time and it died, so
You don't want any personal numbers out of there when you get to the jail?
Following her arrest, she was formally charged with 2 counts of assault, underscoring the severity of the incident. This legal development adds to her existing history of interactions with law enforcement, highlighting ongoing challenges in managing domestic disputes and ensuring legal accountability amidst conflicting testimonies.
What?
I have $2 from the trip. I have a script that I need. And,
That you need or have?
well, they won't let me have it where you're taking me, right?
So where do you have it?
It's upstairs in my room. Did you have my mom grab me?
No. That's gonna have to go through the jail. You're gonna have to tell the jail that, and they will get you on withdrawal meds.
Seems like this woman just landed herself in hot water. But this is still not the worst case. Just wait until you see this next one.
Preview.
The incident unfolded on August 2nd, 2023, when Officer Barnett noticed a vehicle with windows tinted darker than the legal limit. Approaching the car, he calmly requested the driver, identified as Latrice, for her license, registration, and insurance.
Your license, registration, insurance. If you would let me could just come up and talk to you like a normal person, we would have done that.
That shouldn't be mandatory when I'm on.
Okay, I'll just take your license, registration, and insurance, and we'll be...
However, instead of compliance, Latrice immediately contested the legitimacy of the stop, citing her origins from Las Vegas as a reason why Florida laws on tinting did not apply to her.
Can you roll your window up, please? A little bit so I can check the tint. All right, that's good, okay. Roll it down a little bit, thank you.
Despite Officer Barnett's patient attempts to explain the lawful grounds for the stop, Latrice remained defiant. Her refusal to cooperate was evident, as she only partially rolled down her window when asked to do so for a tint inspection.
5%. 28 in Florida, the front. So, all right, that's the reason for the stop.
This initial resistance set the tone for what would escalate into a tense standoff.
Break your window. If you don't open the door, he's gonna break that window.
As Officer Barnett began processing a citation for the tint violation, Latrice's behavior grew increasingly combative.
You're under arrest for obstruction.
Because y'all don't have a warrant for that.
Ignoring warnings, she adamantly refused to exit the vehicle when instructed, prompting Officer Barnett to warn her that he would break the window if necessary to ensure compliance with the lawful commands.
If you don't open the door, he's gonna break the window.
Under arrest. Open the door.
Latrice's continued refusal to comply led to Officer Barnett forcibly removing her from the vehicle and placing her under arrest for obstruction.
Anything! Get out of the fucking car now. Out of the car.
Seatbelt.
Out of the car.
Drop the purse. Drop the purse.
Despite his efforts to maintain control of the situation, Latrice resisted arrest, further escalating the encounter.
Yeah, you can. Now you're under arrest. Now you're under arrest for obstruction.
During a subsequent search of Latrice's vehicle incident to arrest, officers discovered illegal substances, including marijuana and cocaine, as well as drug paraphernalia, leading to additional charges against her.
Hi, Miss Fraser. I gotta read you this real quick, okay? All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish.
Latrice's resistance to the lawful commands of Officer Barnett resulted in her being charged with 2 counts of resisting an officer without violence, possession of marijuana, possession of cocaine, possession of drug equipment, and criminal mischief under $200. These charges carried serious legal consequences. In the aftermath of her arrest, Latrice faced a judicial process that included a brief incarceration, probation, community service, and financial penalties. These repercussions served as a stark reminder of the significant consequences that can stem from non-compliance during law enforcement interactions. All right, fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.